Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this Little Squeak Jr. Yay, it's Little Squeak Jr. She's not 100% perfect, but she's a lot better than she was. Her spine, when she flung herself off my recliner and landed nose first, her anti-camera gyroscope is active, so see if I can get her to face this way. She could not move for 45 minutes. And now she even runs on her wheel. It's short bursts. She has a slight list to one side. But while she's not 100% better, she's a good running at like 90% capacity. So waiting and seeing in this particular case, with her damage, it turned out to be good. The swelling in her spine went down. There, she's leaning a bit in this direction toward this foot. I'm going to put her back in, or she's going to fling herself off to the ground off my hand, and that would be bad. So she's going back in her cage now. Here you go, sweetheart. You were such a good little one. Now she's digging. Yay! She's gotten, like I said, about 90% better, so that's a good thing. I don't know that the remaining 10% of what she has is ever going to come back. When you bruise your spine and it swells, there's no room inside of your spinal column, your vertebrae, because your spinal cord runs right inside. So when it swells up from inflammation, there's no room and it damages the cells. That's what's happened to her. The swelling has gone down, and what's not permanent damage is doing good. But like I said, she lists a little bit because that one leg is not working perfectly. I understand the feeling. My hand here myself it's gotten a lot better. It's like only 10% deficit now, instead of the 100% deficit it used to be a couple years back. I had abraded my nerve here on my arm by falling asleep in chairs. I gotta be so careful, or I'm gonna hurt myself badly again, as I've already started to do. Yesterday, because it was rainy, we're entering the big rainy season, and now because of the end of daylight savings, it gets dark at 4:30 p.m. I don't sleep enough. I don't have anything for pain except THC, and I don't have enough of that. So I hurt a lot more than I should. I don't sleep well. When it starts getting dark outside, sometimes just from 2 or 3 o'clock, as soon as I finish up my videos here, I have so much trouble staying awake. I've got to start napping in the afternoon, or it's just going to keep getting worse. But yesterday, I just kept falling asleep. Now, when I was married to my wife, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, I sat 23 hours a day watching my wife. I sat in front of my computer in such a way, in this little computer room that I had. Somebody had made their garage into an office. They'd closed off the garage, opened up other parts of the place, and so the garage was another office room, and that's where my computer room was. And I had my computer set up that all I had to do was look up, and there was my wife. I didn't have to do anything. I'm just making sure I'm centered. I am terrible about that. But I just had to look up, and there she was. And I could see that she was safe, and then I could go back to what I was doing. She was always just an eye flick, and there she was. Ding, ding. And if I hadn't been in that sort of situation, I had saved her life at least 25 times, where if I hadn't made a snap decision that fast based on the information I saw right then and there, she would have died. So having it right there where I just gone blink and there she is, I can make sure she was safe, was perfect. The problem is when you sit in a chair 23 hours out of 24, you're going to get pressure sores. Now a pressure sore can happen to anybody. It doesn't matter how healthy it does, because the more healthy your skin, the longer you can sit, because your skin starts to die after 2 hours of pressure. That is why, if you're a human being, you always find yourself shifting and moving. A human being with no damage. You're always moving and shifting because your body is making sure that you have a 10% change in angle. What that does is it cuts off a different area from blood flow but frees up that one area. And so you're constantly moving and shifting as a human being. You don't know what you're doing or why, but it's to ensure you're getting proper blood flow. Now, if you sit and you, like, say, fall asleep in your chair, you don't shift, you don't move. And your skin starts to die after 2 hours. That's why my nose is red right here, and I'm starting to get the red lines up here, because the straps on for my sleep mask press into my forehead and presses into my nose. Skin starts to die after 2 hours. So my nose and all this is red as it heals through the rest of the day, because it did pretty bad damage. That happens when you're sitting, except in pressure point areas. Yesterday, I fell asleep in such a way that when I woke up, I started developing pressure sores again from sitting. Now, under normal circumstances, when it's not raining, I'm up and walking 2, sometimes 3 times a day, a couple miles at a time, an hour at a shot, at the very least. It's a minimum of an hour. But when it's raining, I'm not going out a whole lot. I'll only go out walking maybe once a day. So yesterday I got in, I think, 1 walk, and not a huge one, and I spent most of my time sleeping, and oh boy did I have some developing pressure sores. Ugh. Now, I don't get pressure sores on my actual backside. My pressure points when I sit are on my thighs. So on the backs of my thighs, I have areas where they're really sore right now, because yesterday I sat sleeping in this thing for hours and hours, and oh, my neck is still killing me, just dangling my neck like that. Ow. Yeah, because I fall asleep like that. And your head's a good 10-15 pounds. That's a lot of pressure on your neck just sitting. Gotta love that. Not really. At one point, though, while watching and my wife and just sitting, I developed some real actual pressure sores where she had to help me. I had to brace myself against something so she could work on the back of my thighs to get the wounds cleaned up so that they would heal. Remember, my wife, before she had heart surgery and then started the 10-year-long process of dying, she had spent her life as a licensed practical nurse. And so her being able to do nurse things even on me, where she was cleaning my wounds to get the cloth out of them so that we could make sure that they'd heal up. So that was fun. Now, healthcare is good. I spent 15 years working in healthcare. Now, by good, I mean I know a lot. I have forgotten a lot about what keeps the human body alive and what kills it. But even at that, I've forgotten more than I used to know. That doesn't work out, more than I used to know. I forgot if you fill a gallon jug and that's your jug of knowledge, I'm at about half full on what keeps the human body, healthcare information. I've forgotten so much because of my fibro. But at the same time, most people's knowledge of what, healthcare and what keeps the body alive is like a couple ounces. So my half full jug is still a heck of a lot more information than most people have. And so that's a good thing. I mean, we had to have continuing education when you were in healthcare, just even as a nurse's aide, which I spent 15 years as a nurse's aide. You had to have continuing education where each year you got new information on what keeps the human body alive, what kills the human body, what not to do while taking care of people who are in trouble. Because I took care of geriatrics, the geriatric set. For a good, of my 15 years in healthcare, I spent my last 2 or 3 of them injured, and I didn't work all that well. But the knowledge is good. And so that was, you learn a lot, and it's a good thing. And then I also spent a large portion of time going through and taking the licensed practical nurse courses. There were, at the time that I was taking them, there were 5 classes on a fast track thing. I had gone through 4 of them, and I was on my way about halfway through the 5th, but I was drinking a lot. That was during the heydays of my alcoholism, when my death spiral was really getting started. I had to be exited from the program because of my alcoholism. That was one of the worst things that happened to me. It almost killed me. But the fact is, with, like I say, with all the knowledge that I've gained and all the knowledge that you continue having, it's a good thing. And like I say, I worked with geriatrics. Out of the 15 years in healthcare, 2 of them injured badly and so not able to do my job fully. But of the time I spent working in healthcare, I worked in largely nursing homes with geriatrics. So you really have to learn what is good for the body, what's bad for the body, because you got to keep these people alive in their compromised positions as long as possible, as comfortable as possible, so that they can not die horribly. You learn a lot. Like, sitting is incredibly bad for you. It's one of the worst things you can do for your body, just sitting. It relaxes all the muscles of your core, and that's not good. That's why they say you need to get up out of your chair every half hour now, because if you sit longer than that, yeah, you're cutting sometimes decades off your lifespan. So when we've got all these people that are geriatric types sitting in their wheelchairs all day and sleeping in their chairs, that's not helping them. That's why we've got walking programs. We get people up and they walk. And they have found, amazingly enough, just by walking, that those people that had become demented, they started walking them, and amazingly, they cleared up out of dementia and became sane again, just by walking. That's how important it is to keep moving. Their brains came back from gone. And that is awesome. So you need to get up out of your chair, and every 30 minutes, get up, do something. That's what I want to get for here. I want to get a standing type thing. I can't stand for long. I've only got about 20 minutes of standing position time at a shot. But I only do this for 20 minutes. I could do a standing vlog, and that would be good. A lot of people do standing things for their videos, and a lot of people just do standing. I read an article on Cracked about a guy who, if he's not even just pacing, he can't even watch TV, because living alone in his home, he got used to standing when he needed to, and then walking and pacing. Now he paces, and if he doesn't pace, it's not good for him. Which he said is also uncomfortable for all of his guests, because he stands and then looms at the edge of their vision while everybody's watching television. So thumbs up for that. So yeah, you need to get up and move. Like I said, I've only got about 20 minutes of standing time before I have to sit down. I can walk for a couple hours before I have to sit down, and then my walk time is used up for at least a few hours. I can sit for like 3 or 4 hours before I have to stand up. My back injury is such that I can't do any one position for any length of time. Why I can't sleep any more than 4 or 5 hours. Last night I went to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I was up at 5. So I need to find a good time for napping. Napping is important. I'm at almost 14 minutes. This is a big change from yesterday, where as soon as the camera came on, I had nothing to say, and I was desperately trying to fill the time. Here, I could talk for another half hour, and I'm before even getting down to the stuff that I need to, which is I'm going to say for the stuff that I need to. On Sunday, we're having a drawing for the game. What was the game? Pillars of Eternity, because once a week I'm giving away Steam keys. Don't feel bad about trying to get a Steam key. They're duplicate keys, they're keys I don't use, they're keys that I've already gotten used, and Evan McFlegan donated some money, and they're keys that weren't even my money for you people. So it's awesome. Don't be afraid. Type in the phrase for this week, McDonald's is food. Now, you're not going to make it sound like that, but McDonald's is food is the statement to type in, and you're in the drawing for Sins of a Solar Pillar. Yeah, for Pillars of Eternity, the role-playing game. On Sunday, I'm going to generate a random number, count through the people that have gotten into the pool. whoever wins, contact me. You get the key. Definitely a thumbs up. Now what I'm going to do, because I should have done it, but I didn't, I'm opening up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. Oh, before I do that though, if I even have time now, somebody did send me a letter. I'm not going to show you the back. It's from Brazil, and the letter, of course, is, don't read. I try not to read stuff on camera unless people explicitly say, please read this. So, no fear. But they sent a picture of their kitty. Yay, it's a kitty. I like kitties a lot, so thank you very, very much. Yeah, I try to open up my mail when I get it. That's the first non-planned thing in a while. Thank you very, very much. Quite awesome. But I'm still opening up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, which if you have a YouTube account, you have a Creator Studio. In the Creator Studio, you have a community section. Inside that is a comments tab that lists every single one of your comments that you have gotten in chronological order, from the most recent to the most non-recent, which is sort of what chronological means. I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. Now, whether it is a good comment, a bad comment, or in a different comment, not important. You left me a comment. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you so much. I am clinically depressed. I have bipolar disorder. It's not a good mental landscape behind these eyes. Thank you for getting me out of my head. So first off, we have, now remember, if I mispronounce your name, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker. We're not good at names. But Doc Hong? Oh, I'm so sorry, but thank you very, very much. And then Abkadefki Jepkelmanop Kristuvixis. Yep, that's the alphabet. And I can pronounce the alphabet as a word. So, son of a gun, how about that? And then there is Pia Svensson. I sure hope I'm correct. Winter, thank you very, very much. Circle people. Huh, how about that? And then Natalia Hojan, thank you. Michael R., thank you very, very much. And Milayoriyuki? Boy, I hope I'm close, but thank you very, very much. Jobless Bear, heck of a name, son of a gun, I like that. I'm sorry that you're jobless, but thank you for the comment. And Hans Kettering, thank you, greatly appreciated. And then there is Arlie Saucedo. I hope I'm close. Cat Intensifies. Ooh, son of a gun, nice name. Thank you very, very much. Terry Shane, Zips. Thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciate. I sure hope I'm close. And then there is Stunapid. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but thank you very, very much. The Boogeyman, son of a gun. How about that? And Last Howls. Oh, that's a heck of a name. Thank you. Optic 430 original. Thank you. And Quantum Hawk. Oh, I like that name. Thank you. And Dean, D-E-E-N. Thank you. Kevin Jurgensen. Ooh, I know I'm not close, but thank you very, very much. Sebastian Lara. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Hugo Frost. Cool name, thank you. And then E. Thank you. Just the letter E. Greatly appreciated. James Smith. Thank you very, very much. And then last but not least, Aaron Thompson. Thank you very, very much. Absolutely every single one of you. As stated, get me out of my head, into the world, and that's a good thing. I haven't read the comments yet. I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to thumbs up every one I read. I'm going to answer as many as I can. I just don't read them while I'm doing this. If you could check out my links down below, that would be a very good thing. I don't know what I was going to say. I just suddenly stopped. I think I was going to say like purely awesome, but what the heck? If you could check out those links, that would be purely awesome. Why not? I got like Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. My blog is not there. Google+. So thumbs up. My thanks to everybody who's donated to my GoFundMe campaign to become a Patreon.com patron. If you could donate, that would be awesome. I owe the United States government $420. Thumbs up. So if you could donate, that would be very, very cool. Now, if you do not donate or you cannot donate, I take all good wishes, deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very, very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool. But I would understand if you don't want to. My personality has rubbed people wrong my entire life. So if you don't like my videos, I understand. If you don't want to subscribe to the channel, I understand. But if you are down with it, I'll do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal, end of my time. I just turned 55 last month. Average lifespan of American man is 74 years. I got 19 summers left. Thumbs up. I got a reaction video coming up. I got a game video coming up. Hopefully, if I don't keep falling asleep, maybe take a nap, I'll have a game video from a game channel. Link is down below if you can check that out. Very awesome. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing. So remember, keep smiling, because it can always get worse.